It worked. Greetings, everyone on X and YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of Carbines and Cantrips. We didn't do last week because I didn't realize that my VA appointment wasn't at my regular VA, so I wasn't able to make it back in time. But we are here on Tuesday night. Yeah, we are doing pages 263 to 318. So it's all of part 3, and then we did like the first 2 POVs of part 4. Yeah, I'm liking it. Do you guys have anything you want to like throw out there before we jump into it? I don't have any sponsors, so I can't do like an ad read or anything.
I got a new antho coming out September 16th. It's got a story from me in it. It is War Hamster, Tales Untold. So basically, all the people at Blasters and Blades, which is another great podcast if you guys like literary podcasts, Melissa McShane had the War Master series, but JR, who hosts Blasters and Blades, screwed up and called it War Hamster instead.
That sounds like a JR screw up.
We could not stop calling it War Hamster to the point where like everybody struggles to call it War Master when they need to. It's always been War Hamster. So finally everybody was like, you know what? Screw it. We're writing War Hamster stories. So it's War Hamster.
Now, is it War Hamster 30K or 40K?
30K.
Okay.
Mine is at least.
All right, lots of heretics. Okay.
What's the fantasy of Warhammer? Is it old world?
Yeah, Old World or Age of Sigmar, whatever you want to
Yeah, Age of Sigmar, yeah. Is that so Blades and Blasters, they're publishing it?
Yeah, so it's from Bayonet Books, which is JR's publishing imprint. But it's basically everybody that you would see on Blasters and Blades. So me, Melissa, Jana S. Brown, who goes by Jenna Ray, Hunter Wallace, a bunch of people. The stories are good. It's a lot of different flavors. So like I did mill sci-fi with War Hamsters. They're heavy. Heavy assault mounted shock troopers. Yeah, heavy assault mounted shock troopers. Yeah, there we go. That's so they're hamsters.
Nice.
And they ride giant hamsters. So it's a lot of fun.
Nice, man. That sounds fun. I'll check that out. Yeah. Well, as far as the Hand of God, I gotta say, like at this point of the story, I don't really know who to root for. Like I feel like part 3 and then going into part 4 is kind of like really opened up. I guess like the geopolitical landscape, and we're kind of getting a wider view of like all the pieces on the chessboard. And yeah, I don't know who to root for, man. Who you guys got your money on? The demons? I don't
Definitely not the demons. You know, you can not root for them.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I like Philippe's uncle. What's his name? Lucas. I like Lucas a little better now. He made me laugh a couple times.
Yeah, you were worried about him. Hey, you thought he was like possessed or something.
Well, I didn't think he was possessed. I just thought he was a dickhead.
He still kind of is.
Yeah, he still kind of is, but he's less of now. No, the one I'm worried about is Esther. Of everybody. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure the sisters are actually playing on their team they claim they're playing on.
Yeah.
That's my big conspiracy theory for the Hand of God, is that the Hand of God isn't the Hand of God.
Yeah, I liked how Aleph, how do you say the name again? Aleph or Aleph? Aleph. Yeah. I like how he and Lucas, we both get to see how they react to like finding out that cathedral is putting children inside of battle walkers.
Yeah, they're both like, yo, what the fuck?
What the hell is that, dude? That's super evil. Yeah.
That's A11's unwritten internal dialogue.
Yeah, I gotta say I like Aleph more than A11 because like they seem like very distinct. Even though he got his memories back, or like at least a portion of it, he's like he seemed like he wanted to stick with the Aleph. I don't know what the word is, personality. And I don't know, like they're very distinct characters. Like they don't seem the same, and you can tell like Aloph's very like almost like zealot. Like he's all about the training that he went through with Father, and like he's all about his new directives. What is it? Directives, parameters. The three. There's like 3 rules he has to operate by.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like any good like AI story has like the robot be like, Directive 1, protect Bastion, the kid, whatever it may be, and like, oh, what was it? There's a trailer for something like 10 years ago that I thought of. I forgot it now, but like when him going through his directives, I thought of that. And I was like, oh, that reminds me of that robot protecting a kid. Forget what movie that was, but
it reminds me of RoboCop because like he has his like 3 directives, and there's a secret 4th one.
Wasn't it one of the Terminators when he was sent back as the good guy to protect
John Connor?
Yeah, Terminator 2.
Yeah, protect John Connor. Yeah.
I don't think he says those are his directives.
That's way older than 10 years.
Yeah, that's way. Yeah. This is like a 2014-ish movie. It might have been Chappie, but I don't remember the plot of Chappie well enough to tell you.
I don't think Megan maybe or Meg. What was the one where like there was like a little girl AI robot that like had to watch after like a little girl? Is it that one? Is it Meg?
That's like a horror movie. I'm thinking of like an action movie.
Oh, okay.
It's like a forgettable 2012 type movie.
I don't know, man.
There's Asimov has the 3 laws of robotics, and I think that a lot of people kind of have gotten used to that format or play off that format whenever you're dealing with like AI or like robots that take some physical purpose or androids or anything like that.
And it makes sense. I mean, humans, we're always going to think that we can control machines, right? So we come up with our rules, and it's like, well, what's a rule? It's just syntax that can be like interpreted any way the machine wants to interpret, right? And you get a bit more into that in book 2 and 3.
Well, yeah, like Father Alexis, he doesn't really seem to have that like worry. He's like, yeah, he's totally on our side, dude. But then Lucas, he's like so not trusting of Aleph that it seems like he keeps saying like, not now. We can't activate him. We can't release him. Unleash him on the demons or whatever right now. And I'm wondering like if that big horde hadn't attacked Station 7, like would he ever have really found a reason to want to release Aleph? Because he really just didn't seem to trust Aleph.
Yeah, he doesn't, right? I mean, it's just they're all doing it for a good reason, right? Like
it's his job to not trust Aleph.
Yeah. Well, he talks about it like there's you can't control it. No human controls it. It's a walking weapon that thinks it's a living being. So it's like he's.
And you'll get a good. You said you guys are 2 chapters into part 4, right?
Yeah, we're on Baptiste.
Yeah, you'll get a good Alexis POV chapter in part 4 that really gives his POV, like literally speaking, because he also has very noble intentions, right? It's just a lot of people with noble intentions, doing terrible things.
Yeah, I mean,
I was going to say this can only end horribly.
Yeah, right. I gotta say, like, you do a good job. All your characters, even though they don't agree with each other, I agree with all of their points of view. Like, I get why everyone's doing what they're doing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Which I love that. Yeah, I guess your manipulation of your timeline, kind of jumping us back and forth. I think you kind of killed it, man. That was like I really enjoyed like realizing where I was at, and like it took me a second, which I enjoyed, like kind of trying to figure out as I started a chapter. Okay, where am I at in this timeline of all these events that I've read so far in this book? Which I don't know. I like it. I like the way you do that. Whoa! Someone put some heavy metal on.
Is that somebody's ringtone?
Yeah, I had to. Sorry, I got a call. I had to cut it.
That's amazing.
That was metal, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I like the time manipulation. What else you guys got? I got a whole bunch of other stuff. But I mean, anything you just want to hit. So I really like to kind of stick with Ayla for a little bit here. Like I'm enjoying continuing on this I don't know, conversation, this thought process of like what does it mean to be like a living being or a sentient being? Not necessarily human, I guess, because you know there could be aliens or whatever. But yeah, just like a sentient, thinking, real person. You do a really good job at it, man. I don't know, like, do you like study philosophy or something in your off time? I don't know.
It's having kids and seeing how weird kids are as they try to be human beings, right?
As they evolve into a human.
And I mean, I work in tech, right? So I see a lot of this, and I see like, you know, like all the tech bros tech broing, and you know, especially with AI and stuff that people are calling AI and stuff. So, you know, I think that yeah, I mean, it's fundamental stuff, right? Like you know, like at what point is a machine not a machine? And is the answer never, right? No matter what it's doing, it's still a machine. And even if it thinks it's thinking, is it really thinking, or is it just processing?
Processing.
Right? Yeah, it's. I mean, I really loved the 11 Aleph, like and again, like there's a lot of that, especially in book 3. It's funny. I was talking to. Oh man, so I have to be wary of spoilers. But you guys know Kentucky Squirrel on X?
Yeah.
He's about halfway through book 3, and yeah, there's a scene near the end of book 2, and he was just like, oh, because it kind of gets more into more into Aleph, more into A11, and kind of you get some realized potential there, and it's just it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, and I also liked that he like got distracted. Like that's another human thing. Like when he went to go, you know, he's like running the simulation in his head as he's like in the middle of about to engage a horde of demons. And then it comes out he just decimates the demons. He neutralized the threat, but he also killed like half the humans he was, you know, trying to protect. And then he kind of, you can see he's like thinking to himself that he maybe he got distracted, which is an interesting thing to think about, because he like his brain's processor goes so fast that like talking is slow to him. It's kind of, well, now he likes it as he's been like communicating with Father, but it's interesting to see that he can become distracted.
Yeah,
just another sentient thing. I was gonna say, oh yeah, when you're talking about like you learn from watching your children, that's funny, because I always, like, my daughter will do something. It's just like, I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm like, can you just do it like a regular human, please?
And the answer is no, because they're not a regular human yet.
I know. I'm like, I got to show you how to do it.
Yeah.
Well, and that was a profound transition to me, and it's interesting to see the parallel in the book. Like with my son, there was a day I looked at him and was like, oh, like you're not, like you're a little person now.
Yeah.
And like it was, I used to make jokes about like having a baby and having a puppy is very similar in the beginning, right? Like it's no, don't eat that. Like, no, you can't poop there. Like, you know, you got to make sure they're fed and watered. And there's a lot of like keeping it out of things that will hurt it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden one day it's like, oh, hey, no, you're like talking, thinking, looking at me, like fully recognizing the situation, reading context. Like you're a little person now. Like, okay, cool. Like, so
good times.
It is.
And I'm trying to remember so in so Aleph is turned on. There's the emergency at drill site 7, and then Alexis is basically like, you know, we need to do this, and Lucas is like, okay, fine. And then he daydreams about saving the world, basically.
Yeah.
And loses a few too many LRMs.
Well, even Lucas is like, no, he's like, we're not going to do this until and then like Alexis brings Mother Rebecca to meet Aleph, and then like surprises Lucas, like, hey, come meet me in my office, bro. And then like the super soldier nun just like chokes him out when he walks in. And then they're like, you know, he lays out all the information about like what Cathedral's up to with their god engines, and like his plan to win Union over. And then I kind of like he begrudgingly like, okay, I guess I have to go along with this. He comes in and he's like, are you guys the new triarchy now? He's talking about Rebecca and Alexis and Aleph, because he feels kind of I really like that part where he walks in there and gets not full on blindsided, because it's like a really simple thing kind of like turns his whole like world upside down. Just the fact that like Mother Rebecca is there. He's like, how is this lady here and no one's noticing? Like, are there other spies here?
Well, can you imagine? Like, it's like 500 years in the future. You actually think you're the only civilization left, and some like gray-skinned like weirdo shows up in your
Chokes
office.
you out.
Yeah. I like how similar Aleph's and Lucas's reaction to Mother Rebecca were. Like very, except like Aleph could like, well, I think maybe he felt it too. like whatever aura they give off, the sisters, like obviously Aleph registered it with his sensors.
Yeah, he was like, there's an optical defect around her. I'm correcting it. I can't correct it. Huh, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I think he probably felt it until Mother Rebecca went offensive. I think Aleph probably felt it more. I think it probably hurt him more than it did anybody until she got a hold of like Lucas. It was like basically actively hurting him. Like,
yeah.
But from just standing there, like it probably hit him harder.
And also to be kind of back to your point, Jesse, where you're kind of worried about like Esther and the sisterhood, because I feel like there's a parallel that Lucas notices. He's like, oh, how she got to him so quick, like she phased just like the demons phased. So it's like another, obviously they get their powers from the demons, but like, I don't know, it's like another parallel that got put down on paper. So I'm like, oh, maybe they are going insane and becoming evil.
Well,
yeah, I'm sure some part of Lucas is like, fuck, this lady messed me up. She's right there. There's like 8 to 9 more of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
stuff
and I wanted like I don't want
bodies.
anything to ever feel like normal, right? Like basically, like even though like the world is crazy, Bastion is, this holdout. There's actually demons and stuff. They've never. I mean, we talk about like the cults and things like that, but they've never seen anything like this, right? So I wanted the reaction to be as mind blowing as you would expect, right? I mean, even in a world where this is happening, there's every kind of new insane revelation is still going to feel insane, right? And also I wanted there to be like there's definitely a power dynamic playing out in Bastion right now. Like Alexis has his reasons and Lucas has his reasons, but there's definitely like a thing happening there that you'll get a lot more of later.
Yeah. I like you kind of work it in when you're talking about the fact that they've had so many meetings, those two, like him, Lucas going to Alexis's office. I don't know if there's another word for it that you use. I can't remember. Chambers. But like in the second time he's going back there, when he gets ambushed by Rebecca, I think that's when we see that people might start to notice if the two heads of these two separate triarchy branches are meeting too often and leaving the third one out. So it kind of just gives us more flavor of like the politics of Bastion and what he has to consider when he's interacting with the guy who seems like he's his good friend, someone he's kind of been in lockstep with, but he has to even just going to talk to him, he has to think about what the repercussions are of doing it too much.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think you got a pretty I don't know. I really like how you fleshed out Bastion. It's a cool city state.
Lucas feels like the most put upon character in like this whole fucking work. He's like, I'm just trying to protect the city, do what I can. My homie's introducing ancient AI crazy robot that now I got this robotic crusader AI that believes in God, probably more than I do at this point.
Yeah, right. He is certain.
Got this crazy nun lady that nearly killed me just by being around me. My last living relative like might get killed off horribly by like a horde of demons.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
man,
he's like total puss. Not my favorite relative anyway. All the good ones died.
all my cool relatives died. I'm left with this sniffling jackass who can't sleep.
You know, and all I'm trying to do is get these demons off my damn lawn.
Exactly. Just want some oil. That's it. Just some oil and some grubs. Some grubs.
He's like a purist, man, to like the Bastion way, even like more so than like the Holy Father is supposed to be. Like, he's like, no, we don't need robots, dude. Like, God will let Bastion rise when it's our time, when he wants us to. It's like, what are we even worrying about here?
Yeah.
He's ride or die.
Well,
I don't know.
What's the name of that test that's supposed to prove like an AI is sentient or not? I forget the name of it off the top of my head. Turing test, yeah. The new Turing test should be: does the AI believe in God?
Define God.
He's on my side. Yeah, he's a person. He counts.
I can't blame him for being jumpy though, because this is I'm trying to find the right phrase for this. This is a land where, I mean, demons are very clearly real. And the thing is, I've had this conversation with friends before talking about speculative fiction. Like, the moment you accept demons or anything, like just insert thing that's supposed to be fictional. If a guy walks up to you the next day and says, dude, I got jumped by a vampire, you can't look at him and be like, this fucking guy.
Yeah.
You can't look at him like he's stupid. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you were just talking like, hey, man, you were just talking about aliens 10 minutes ago or demons 10 minutes ago. Like, you can't. So it's not like running this organization, trying to keep the city state and driving off, you know, real literal demon hordes. He's going to like not immediately just be like, oh, yeah, that's a new thing I have to kill. Like, that's a perfectly logical and reasonable response.
Yeah.
To pretty much anything that is out of the ordinary. It's like, oh, great, something else to shoot. Like, I don't blame him.
Yeah, I definitely like him a lot more. Like Tyler says, he's very put upon, and I feel bad because he's like this old, aging, you know, patriarch of Bastion that's trying to like keep things together, and I feel like he doesn't want to let go and die and have his release because like he's worried what will happen to Bastion. He doesn't have like a good heir, or at least not in his opinion, to
Screw his nephew, but Bastion.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel kind of bad. I mean, he's got a lot of weight. Same thing with like Esther. Like I get it. You know, yeah, I get it a little bit.
Felipe gets his will. It says, Felipe, you suck. You can't sleep. Turns out actually, here's a lamp. Turns out I actually do like the robot better. He's in charge of Bastion now.
Dude, that would be pretty bad.
Aleph was a better nephew to me than you ever were.
Yeah. Killed way more demons. I did like that final scene between Aleph and Lucas where they're basically like, okay, well, it's time to shut. You need to shut down. Like, you're done. And he's like, well, you already disabled your lock or whatever, your passcode. And they're like, oh shit. Like Father and Lucas, like, oh no.
Yeah. It's just like, I'll go to bed then, I guess. F me.
What did he say? He was like that. He was like, that was not a good thing to say, or something like that. Not a good choice of words.
Yeah, that was like an A11 kind of a quip, right? It's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have put it that way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he also dropped a shit went sideways or something line in there too. Yeah, dude. I gotta tell you, Rebecca, I'm kind of like, okay, like I said, rooting for everybody, but I like her. She's cool. I hope she hurts somebody in Cathedral. Hope she gets some measure of payback. I'm really rooting for her.
Yeah, it's a funny series because the main character kind of shifts depending on which part of it you're in. But so Mother Rebecca starts off as a background character, like very important background character through most of the book. And then I wanted to have this one POV, and it's like you're in her head, and you realize, whoa, like she's like super powerful, but she's also like an exile, right? She is isolated. She is in lands she's never been in. She is in like an existence that she didn't know, existed. So even though she's powerful, she's on a clock as well, right? With her accelerant running out. But yeah, like she occupies a lot of book 2. Yeah, she's got it. If I was to say there's like one main character in the trilogy, I'd almost say it's her. But yeah, for good reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely like her. I don't know, her goal, her journey of like she's dying. Not only is she dying, but like as part of her dying, she's becoming like more human and like becoming weaker and experiencing these new, I guess, emotions and insecurities. But like still like hyper focused on like revenge, basically. Like, she's like, I want everyone I've ever loved dead at my feet. That's metal as heck, dude. Yeah, I like Rebecca. She's cool.
Yeah, she's got some feelings.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, your cast of characters is just, I love this book. It's awesome.
Very well done.
Sweet. Yeah, I love it, and I love that. Yeah, it's just like you guys are seeing all the twists and turns and the timeline stuff and all of that. I know some people had difficulty with that, like with the bouncing around and so on, but just takes a bit of work, right? Just takes a bit of paying attention.
Well, no spoilers, Tyler, but I think like reading Galaxy Edge books has kind of like helped me become a better.
It's funny you say that, because like when I first started reading when I started reading Legionnaire, I was like, okay, sweet, cool, like pretty like military mil sci-fi. And then I can't remember which book it was.
It's the second one.
Third.
It's literally the next one.
Yeah, and it's just like they do a lot of the same stuff, like a lot of forward and backward time, and full books that are like forward in time, then going back in time. And I almost felt like vindicated is a strong word, but I was like, this is so awesome that like, because Galaxy's Edge is, I'd say, more like contemporary than Dark Legacies. It's a little bit more normal, right? Although there's crazy stuff in there as well once you go deeper. But it was like, oh man, it's sweet that like these guys are doing like that. I'm doing something similar to what they're doing. It was interesting. Like it was really comforting in a way.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, like go back at like the time, and then they like do like complete like style changes from one book to the next. POV. Yeah. I've never read a book with a second person POV before. I think it was Kill Team, and I was like, "Whoa, dude!" I actually really liked it.
Yeah, I wrote a really long X post on that because I agree. Like, it's the first time I've started a second person point of view and not like thrown the book in the garbage, and it really like pulls you. Like, it was Tom, right?
Yeah, because you're Tom.
Yeah, the double agent. Yeah, that was so good. So good.
That was it's such an important character too. They do the whole thing, and like, yeah, he's not in the series now, but he casts a very long shadow.
Yeah, family, the May Dunes.
Yeah, and there was just that like reference to him and his daughter landing on the planet. It's like, who's this guy? You don't even find out until another book, right? When he landed on that planet, kind of on the edge, right?
Well, I think in book 2, because that's when you meet his daughter, is in book 2, and then book 3, you don't realize that Tom. I mean, maybe some people do if they're super smart. Tom is her dad.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fun, right? It's like, I kind of write books the way I like think of like movies or TV shows in a way where it's pretty common in a TV show where it's like you'll have an episode and it'll be like, okay, let's jump back in time for a bit, and then the next one, let's go forward again, and then like over the jumps and over the different timelines, you get the full reveal. So at the end, everything kind of comes together, and you're like, whoa, holy shit!
Yeah,
it's just fun device.
That's one thing I have. Oh, go ahead.
I'm trying to remember which one it was, but the whole thing with Durango Moon and Durango Prime, hilariously, they named the planet and the moon the same thing.
Yeah.
I was in stitches when I first read that with the picture of like Ford or Ace and whatever they was be like, damn, they mean the moon? I thought they meant the planet.
Yeah.
Crash is trying to rationalize why they're at the wrong spot. But I love how they like a whole book devoted to like. I hope I remember this right. It was like a whole book devoted to like the actual battle for Tarango Moon, like what
Attack of
happened to
Shadows?
space. Yeah, I think it was Attack of Shadows, but then like
Yeah.
the other book was like, here's what like Ford and our lovely band of Legionnaires are doing.
Yeah,
All
I
that
think Sword
shit's
of
happening.
Legion, I think, is like it's the same battle, but like Sword of Legion is just the kill team's perspective.
Yeah, it's just like Ford and Shun and all them and the missiles that what's the kid's name? I keep confusing him with the kid from the Messenger series. The geeky one.
Oh, I don't remember his name. You talking about the guy that's on his ship on the 666, his little tech
Yeah.
dude? I don't
Yeah,
remember his name.
He makes the missiles like sentient and
Dude, oh yeah, the sentient missiles. That was great.
like, I love you, like blows up a cruiser.
Yeah. Oh, RH Snow's in the chat. How's it going?
Oh, sweet.
I think hers was the second novel I did, and she was the first author I had on the book club.
Nice.
Nice.
If you haven't read Watcher of the Dam, highly recommend it. It's a great read, and it's a big series. I think she's got, I don't even know, a lot of books in it.
Oh,
Worth a
RH
read.
Snow's good people.
Yeah. Yeah, to kind of talk about, you're talking about like shows that like mess with the timelines. I think, although I hate the show like as a series, season 1 of The Witcher, I thought they did a really cool. It might be. I think it's hard for people that don't know The Witcher, that haven't read it and don't know the lore and the characters' names and stuff. But if you are familiar with it, I really enjoyed like seeing how they told me like what time period they were in, by like King Foltest being like, he'd be like a little kid in the scene and then like an adult in another scene. You know, it was a really interesting way. Like the show's got tons of problems and I didn't finish it, but like season 1, I have to give them credit. I thought they did a good job messing with the time.
That first season was good though. That's like
Yeah.
it was legitimately that was solid. Even with all the like bad sword work disguised as superhuman power, it was still like,
yeah, I didn't like the Nilfgaardian armor. I was like, who designed this? This is terrible.
It reminded me of Necromonger extras.
Oh man,
yeah,
just the Necromongers.
That's a throwback.
So good. Chronicles of Riddick stands as one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, I love it. I love that universe. I've got a buddy that still does like he does like fan fiction stories in that universe.
Oh, nice.
There's all this untapped potential.
Well, Furio's still coming out, right? Like I think they've started filming it.
God, I hope so, but I hope Vin Diesel can get it done before Vin Diesel can't be Vin Diesel anymore.
Yeah.
We're looking at what, 20 years of Riddick now? You know what I mean? Like it's
nothing drugs can't fix, right?
Yeah, enough HGH and test, and you can do anything, I guess.
Did not know who he was messing with.
They'll just shave Pedro Pascal and make him do it.
Oh, stop it. No, not even. God, that fucking guy, dude.
25 years. Pitch Black was 2000.
Wow.
Pitch Black is such a good movie, dude.
That makes me feel so old. Holy cow.
And
the games were epic. I don't know if you guys ever played Escape from Butcher Bay, but Escape from Butcher Bay was killer.
I can't remember the name. I know it was a Riddick game, and I was in prison. That's all I can really remember. But I was like, this game was sweet, dude. It might have been that one. I don't know.
Yeah, it was that one.
Yeah. Well, back to. I mean, I think I might have hit all my notes, man. I'm just liking it. I'm liking your book, dude.
Good. I like that you're like it.
It's funny that we brought up Galaxy's Edge though, because I feel like this book scratches an itch for not the same audience, but like a similar niche demographic of people that can handle this much like darkness and intrigue and I told my Mallory, I told my lady, like, you're not gonna read this one because it's just not like. It's too much. But if you can handle that too much, then this book is fantastic. So it's funny because like you made this thing that like has this threshold of like, hey, how bad can you handle things being? And it's like, if you can handle it, this book is absolutely awesome. And if you can't handle it, you're never going to make it. Which is the apocalypse. It's funny.
I think it scratches an itch that goes all the way back to pulp traditions. Because even in like Conan didn't always like kill the monster. Sometimes your win was just like the point of a lot of that just need to be like, yeah, like you make a stand. Like even if it seems like you're fucked, like you fight the monster until you can fight no more, then you spit in its face as it eats you or whatever.
Yeah. And you know, there is you know, and again, just to reiterate, you know, yes, it's very dark, because I mean this shit would be very dark, but not with mean intentions, right? There's a lot of transformation that comes, a lot of reconciliation, and sometimes not, but it's not out of malice, right? It's just people trying their best, and some often at odds, right? So yeah.
Well, like the world is dark, but it doesn't feel like you can tell when a world is dark, and like the authorial intent is almost like malicious. Like, I just shit in my hand, and now I'm shoving your face in it. Like, like a Song of Ice and Fire definitely has like that kind of vibe.
Yeah, I was gonna say George Martin.
Like George Martin.
Man, I don't want. I have to give that rant too much already.
Yeah, it's had enough. It's had enough oxygen. It's had enough
Yeah.
So are you guys going to be done the book next time we get together?
Yeah, I was looking. I think we pretty much just knock it out. I think it's like
I think so.
about
We're
50
like
pages. I think
70-something% done. I think.
Yeah. We're at 318. I think it goes to like 360.
86. Excuse me. We're 86% of the way there.
Yeah, I think we can probably finish it by next week. Just read to the end.
That doesn't sound unreasonable to me. Don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say the book kind of reminds me of like, as far as like who could probably, like, obviously I like it, but like if you like Warhammer, but maybe a little bit dare I say darker or more like less over the top, less ridiculous. Like Warhammer is just there's so much crazy things that don't make any sense that are funny and cool.
It takes itself a bit more seriously.
Yeah, it's like a more serious Warhammer.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, because Warhammer has wacky things to offset the darkness. It has orcs and you know, jokes about Primarchs dating elves, and you know, like there's lots of Warhammer stuff that is unintentionally funny. I have had very little. Like, I think I may have laughed twice this whole book. And most of it was just like Lucas being a dickhead. I think what was it he said? It was the father came in and there was all the damn incense and stuff in the air. And it's like, oh, hey, Lucas, are you doing okay? And he's like, yeah, just take it in your ambiance.
I hate for you to die at Black Lung.
Can we just get you some light bulbs?
But yeah, those were the two times I legitimately was like reading. It was just like, ah.
Yeah.
I mean, Alepht's funny. I mean, you know, I think just because of how he looks at the world, and he's like super smart, but also kind of like childlike in a way. So it's like some of the stuff he says is really funny, especially in the older stuff when he was like watching like internet videos and stuff when he was A11.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do appreciate because I feel like a lot of tech bros that talk about AI, they talk about it in like a messianic way that like I feel like a lot of the same people talked about would have said about aliens like maybe 30, 40 years ago. I think it's interesting that you made this artificial intelligence that also believes in God and has like religious beliefs, and is like, I mean, to be fair, it's a world where, okay, obviously God exists because there's hell over there.
There's no stars. Where's the moon?
What? Aleph wakes up. He's like, the fuck you guys do with the stars and the moon?
Oh man, it really does.
Where are the satellites?
Where are the satellites?
It's funny because, like, if you think about like Warhammer 40K, That's a setting that has demons, etc., and God is nowhere to be found, right? It's all aesthetic, right?
It's not terror. We're talking about
that's
sitting on the throne.
I'd say that's the biggest difference, right? Is it like even though this is like 500 years in the future, it's still a lot more contemporary in its approach. It's not because I mean, the emperor consuming the souls of thousands of people a day, and wasn't there like
they're just psychers, they don't count.
Yeah.
Years ago, I think I read a Warhammer graphic novel or something where the emperor in like our time or somewhere a little bit in the future like killed the last priest. He's actually like an uber atheist.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
So it's weird, right? It's all trappings, and I mean, yeah, it's cool. I mean, you can't deny Warhammer's cool, but different.
Yeah. What's up with Space Succubi?
Oh, that's from Orders of Magnitude. That was a Snow quote when she did. She gave me a little quote for review for Orders of Magnitude. I can't remember what exactly it was, but it was basically like when the space because you remember. Is
that when they're like go up the elevator and they're like
and the holograms come out?
Yeah. Okay.
The hologram demons. Yeah, so Snow is like, when the space succubi show up, make sure you've got your lunar priest on hand or something like that.
that final scene, like the final boss, dude, that was no spoilers.
Hey now.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna read this.
Okay, so without giving spoilers, so I'm waiting. So the audiobook is done, for Orders of Magnitude, and I'm just waiting for everybody's friend ACX to approve it. And then I'll put it on all the platforms. I don't actually want anybody to buy it on ACX. But the narrator I found did like voice effects for like everybody on comms, for some of the certain characters. Hopefully Amazon doesn't reject it out of hand. But the first time you hear that character you just mentioned, some people are going to be spoiling their pants.
I'll have to go just listen to it just to hear it.
Yeah,
just tell Amazon it's dramatized audio. They do that for other series. Why wouldn't they let it?
Supposedly it's okay, right? I'm just waiting if that it's supposed to take 10 days to be a Q8 or whatever, and that runs out tomorrow. So I expect it to take like 2 months. But hopefully they pass it, and then it'll be my first audiobook, and we'll see how it goes.
So is there like some rule, like you can't have like audio effects on a voice?
No, but I mean, I guess Amazon is like super, super picky. They want to, and I don't actually know what that means. Like all these tech companies, they have all these rules, but they don't actually tell you what it means. Just that they're picky, and they obviously want good audio quality. They want people to have good experience, but I don't know how much that applies to like audio effects and stuff. But I think it's cool. Like if you can have a book that has like a little bit of a radio play feel to it. Like why not?
I'll say I think the craziest production level I've seen in an audiobook was Star Wars Lords of the Sith. Like straight up Darth Vader voice, lightsaber sound effects, like TIE fighter sound effects, blaster sound. It was crazy. It was probably one of the coolest production experiences I've had on audio.
When you've got unlimited money.
Yeah, right. I was like, it's a Disney production, so it makes sense, I guess. That was the first audio together.
That'll be out, and now that I've said it, it definitely won't.
It's gonna get delayed. Yeah, that was the first audiobook I listened to, and then I followed it up. I was like, oh man, because I'm a big Harry Potter fan. Or at least, I mean, I am. I don't read it anymore just because it's not interesting to me as much as an adult. But I went and like got a Harry Potter audiobook, and I was like, it's gonna be just as cool as the Star Wars book was, and it was not. It was not.
Yeah.
There's no sound effects.
I think you'd like Orders of Magnitude. I think it would be up your alley.
Yeah, no, it's on my list. I just, all my friends are authors now, so it's like
read this.
Yeah, read this. Well, and not just that, but like I'm an editor, so I have to read as part of my job.
I have to read as part of my job.
My friends are literally sending me stories I have to read to see if I want to publish them, and it's like, man, all my reading time don't watch TV at all. Like, and when I say at all, I mean in the past 2 years I've watched like 10 hours of TV. Like it's, I barely have time to play a video game ever. It's just, I got stuff to do.
Yeah. Have you guys? Well, obviously not you, Jesse, but have either of you other guys started Alien Earth yet?
I have not. I've
I
heard.
just watched Aliens the other night and I loved it.
Hold on, not for the first time.
Hold on. Yeah, wait.
Well, not for the first time, I would say, like as a kid. But I think like there's so many movies as a kid that I've watched that like in my head there's just like a jumbled. I can't really like watching it again as an adult. It was basically like watching it for the first. I recognize it. I'm 37.
Oh my god, I must have watched Aliens like 150 times by the time I was 37.
So like things I watched a lot, like I watched a lot Tremors. I watched that like over and over again, and like Terminator 2 is like another movie that I've seen a bunch of times. But like, yeah, the Aliens, like I mean, I liked them, but it wasn't like my go-to movie. Yeah, but Tremors is like one of my favorite monster flicks. So I watched that an ungodly amount of times. Yeah. But yeah. Do you guys got anything else for this week's reading?
Nothing else. I can't wait to read through the thrilling conclusion.
Yeah. Then I have to go and order the rest of your books.
I will say this is the only like classic, the closest thing to classic sci-fi I'm reading right now, because I'm editing American Saucer, and since I'm up to my armpits in that, I don't want to read other sci-fi right now. So I've been reading a lot of Sword and Planet, a lot of fantasy, and a lot of this.
Yeah. Awesome. I feel like I've been getting a lot of post-apocalyptic books lately. Like I did like Watcher of the Damned, this. I just listened to Helldivers. In fact, there's some other ones I can't think off the top of my head, but yeah, I feel like I've been on a big, not intentionally. I just pick them up and they're post-apocalypse.
I'm finishing Rock of Battle on Spotify with my hours this month. When I finish this book this week, I have Sun Eater on hold at the library, or the first book in the Sun Eater series, Empire Silence.
Yeah.
I'm going to read that.
Those are huge.
Yeah, they're enormous. I didn't know until I heard Chris Rock said it. It's like, yeah, it's like 250,000 words. I was like, wait, whoa, what am I getting into?
Oh, so is it like an 800-page book?
It's like this thick.
Yeah,
they're massive.
Yeah.
And there's like 6 of them. He no brakes on that train.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rock of Battle's that was Peter Nealon, right?
Peter Nealon. Yeah.
Yeah, his Wargate. If you like Rock of Battle, if you like that series, Peter Nealon has the Palace Group Solutions, and they're just thrillers. They're not any kind of fantasy. Yeah, it's just like straight up, just like retired spec ops dudes that are part of a private security group, but they're like heavy hitter private security, not just mall cops.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm wrapping up the 2nd or 3rd one right now, and what's wild about it is he stuck all kinds of like real life geopolitics into it. So like the people aren't real, but the strategies and everything that are going on, they're talking about like China working with the cartels and buying lithium mines on the Mexican border, and like all that crap's happening for real. Like that's
he's really plugged in and knowledgeable as I would expect him to be. It was his life for like 20 years during the height of GWAT, but like he's really plugged into like the whole like bad guy asymmetric warfare. Like what are they plotting to do? Like
and
like,
all that comes out.
With the employee. Yeah, so I might pick that up. I have his military sci-fi like loaded up on Audible and Spotify. Like I'm gonna listen to that after Rock and Battle, but I'm also like holding off on that because again, I'm chilling with sci-fi until I can finish editing American Saucer.
Are you guys saying Rock of Battle?
Rock of Battle, yeah.
Rock of Battle.
That's like the last one though. That's like the last one in the series.
Yeah, Ice and Monsters is the first one. Pretty much the titles of the first 2 convinced me to pick up the series is Ice and Monsters and Shadow and Crows. I was like, oh, that sounds metal as fuck. And it was. It continues to be.
It's it's like Forgotten Ruin, but with a different unit in a different world. But it's got that same feel to it. It's Wargate.
Yeah, he weaves a lot more like horror elements than they do in Forgotten Ruin. Whereas Forgotten Ruin has some creepy, like spooky elements, but for the most part, it's like epic fantasy, epic adventure.
Yeah.
We got psychic Tolkien and like a band of rangers, like just causing chaos across like the Med. Whereas this is like it's like 20 dudes out, and they're like God knows nowhere. They weren't intentionally sent there, at least as far as they know.
Yeah, and like Norse myth, a lot of myth, like mythical Scandinavia.
I love Norse monsters.
Yeah, a lot of Norse myth, a lot of Celtic myth too. A lot of like North Sea type, like Old English type stuff.
Heck yeah, dude. Okay, I'm definitely checking this out. I'm finishing up book 2 of the Void or the Word in the Void trilogy by Terry Brooks. Terry Brooks, yeah. I think someone is called A Night of the Word. Have you guys read that trilogy?
I haven't.
It's like a whimsical, like a dark, whimsical magic demon kind of apocalypse. Because like the night when he goes to sleep, he doesn't dream of the future. He actually goes to the future where the apocalypse is, and so when he wakes up, he has to basically figure out how to prevent what he just lived while he was sleeping from happening. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then I have what's Gods and Legionnaires right now on my audiobooks. I'm trying to knock out.
Man, how many books do you read at a time?
So like I'll have like an audiobook when I'm doing chores and stuff, and I'll listen to that, and then like I'll have my book for book club, and then if I'm caught up on my book club book and like I can sit down and read, then I'll read an actual like either a Kindle or a hard, physical copy book. So
that's me too.
Yeah,
I do that too. I've got whatever we're doing here, one personal pleasure read, and then an audiobook, because I do the audiobook in the car or when I'm doing dishes or whatever.
Yeah, that's when I do it pretty much. And I got a big yard project coming up here. I got to put grass in my front yard, so that's going to be a huge amount of audiobook play for me.
Nice.
But
I will read several at a time. I think I talked to you about this, Yuval, when I was like, hey, just finished Orders of Magnitude. You're like, aren't you supposed to be reading Hand of God? I was like, oh, I am. I had to take a break.
Yeah, you hit your 50 pages, and then that's done for the week, and you go on to something else.
Yeah, so I have like maybe 2 to 3 fiction books that I pleasure read. My Kindle Unlimited is filled with things that like ongoing series where like the next book hasn't come out yet, so I just have the last one in there. So when it tells me like, oh, like for example, Kevin Eikenberry's Buzzard War, when that next one comes out in September, downloading that, I'm gonna sit down and read that. I have maybe 2 or 3 fiction books I'm working on, 1 or 2 fiction that I'm reading for homework, like my homework for Rack Press. Because while I'm editing, I'm also writing a submission for It Came From the Pulp. And so I have my research on that. Then I have like all the nonfiction that I read to research for the main effort that I'm reading right now, which is American Saucer. So it's a bunch of shit about aliens, a bunch of shit about supernatural shit, I have the Air Campaign, the dual book about the F-86 Sabre versus the MiG. I have all the stuff about interceptors. I have all the stuff about the SR-71, all the stuff about Area 51, all the stuff about airline crashes. I had airline disasters on loop the other day because like I was like, I need like a flying saucer to kill an airplane. You know what I can't Google? How to blow up an airplane.
Oh man.
Would recommend it.
Yeah.
Get the FBI knocking on your door, dude. Speaking of like, was kind of throwing fantasy around. Are you have any interest in writing a fantasy book or stories at all, Yuval?
Yeah, I if it happens, I was thinking like down the road of writing like a book or a series that just takes place in Bastion, and even though it would still be Dark Legacies, even though it's like post-apocalyptic, I was thinking of doing it in a fantasy style, just because you have like the cults and you have the demons, and it's kind of like the old subways and basements, and it just lends itself to that, right? Like, so it'd be almost like a post-apocalyptic fantasy. But as far as like straight up fantasy goes, I don't know.
I think your writing style would lend pretty well to a sweet like dark fantasy.
Yeah, it would be fun. I think I like the projecting it onto like modern stuff and sci-fi stuff because it's just that much more upsetting, right?
Yeah, it's too relatable. It could happen to me. R.H. Snow said, "My TBR is a flaming dumpster fire."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good problem to have, though.
It is.
That is a great problem to have.
Bruce, if you're trying to rope mech people into fantasy, you need to open up that Last Smiter story for Antho. Is what you need to do.
I think I submitted it to, I think it was Rack Press, but I didn't get. No, was it Rack Press? Yeah, I think it was. No, it was the Bane fantasy competition. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If Bane didn't take it, man, you need to put a call out and have everybody throw in Smiter stories. Do a quick little world Bible for everybody. And
I've wanted to do something with fantasy and mechs for a minute. I just not sure how I want to approach it is the deal. And I want to make sure I don't have an ongoing Panzerder series at the moment.
I know I got inspired by Servants of War, which I don't know when the second one's coming out, but my God, that's like one of my favorite books I think I've read in the last couple of years.
They have a title for it.
I think it's Instruments of War, right? Or do they change it?
I think it's Instruments of, either Instruments of Violence or Instruments of Battle.
Oh, it might be violent. Yeah, I can't remember. Instruments of something.
Instruments of Violence is
something to do with violence, battle, war, conflict.
Yeah, I know they're giving the infantry guy a POV. I know it's like either Instruments of War or Instruments of Violence. And I know the first line is going to be the same as the opening and closing line from book one.
The Destiny line?
Yeah, the Do You Believe in Fate?
Oh, yeah.
Line.
Fate.
But like,
the infantry guy, is that the guy that like almost got knocked out by Natasha and then like they ended up going into hell with them? Spoilers. Sorry.
Yes.
That's
I
vague
believe,
enough description.
Yeah, that guy gets a POV.
Cool, man. I like when a secondary character gets like, does well enough that they get into a main character or a POV.
I gotta reread the book, man. It's been years. I
just would have put out like that whole like crew, the wall would fit right into Bastion. Like they would be.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah.
Have you read Servants of War, Yuval?
No, I haven't.
Dude, those are your people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the series called?
It's Larry Correa and Steve Diamond. The first one's called Servants of War, and they took the magic for golems and turned it into fantasy mechs.
Oh, nice.
And so dudes have to climb up in the golems and pilot them.
Yeah, they're powered by ghosts, and so they're indestructible. They have like a magic aura around them. So like, if you're standing next to it and bolts are flying at you, you won't get hit. But if you step out, and you can't see it unless you're a wizard, you can't see the actual dome. So if you step out in front of the dome, you'll get your head blown off. But the thing is, it's trench warfare. So the golems go from their trench to the enemy trench, and it seems like okay, that's a no-brainer. The golems are going to wipe everybody out. But the caveat is the more damage that these golems absorb and deflect, the hotter it gets inside the suit. Yeah, so the guys are literally getting burned inside, and like there's a whole crew that goes behind you and they like open the hatch up on the back, and they're throwing like water in.
Man, come on.
No, they got guys with buckets of water. They're throwing water.
They got guys with buckets of water, and then like that guy's too burned. Pull him out. You get in.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I love Larry. I mean, he's hilarious to follow on X. But I've actually never read anything he's written, which is crazy. He's written so much.
Oh man, that's a shame.
Oh, yeah,
some great series.
I will. I'm such a slow reader. I have my TBR is endless. So he's definitely somebody I want to get into.
Yeah, I do all the Monster Hunter. I do on audio just because I like Oliver Wyman's voice, and at that point I've come to know those characters like through his narration. So
yeah,
the funny thing is I try to walk as much as I can during the day just for like mental and whatever. But normally I'm like walking for like getting ideas, but I theoretically have tons of time I could spend like listening to audiobooks like in a day, and I might just have to try it. I know for me, like audiobooks has always been like I whenever I watch YouTubes, I'm watching them at like 2x speed, right? Because it's like, hurry up already. And I feel like I'd have to do the same thing with audiobooks, but then it would ruin the narration. So I don't know.
Yeah, like kind of how he's like pacing it.
Some people like it. Mallory does like 1.4 or something like that, like 1.3. It's not quite 1.5. Yeah, 1.2 or something like that. It bothers the crap out of me, but she does great with it. And so
yeah, I got onto the Larry train. Like I started with Monster Hunter was the first book I read, and then the Saga of the Forgotten Warrior series is my favorite fantasy series. He's got a cool little Audible original called Lost Planet Homicide. He's got 3 of those. They're like novellas. Super cool, like kind of like sci-fi noir. Highly recommend.
I like the idea of the undead mix too. I'd run with that.
Well, this is interesting. I'm reading the description of Servants of War, and it's co-written by the Steve Diamond guy.
Yeah,
and it says he's written for Privateer Press, and so Privateer Press did a steampunk Iron Kingdoms, right? That was like back in the days I was writing Dark Legacies. Is that was like 20 years ago? So, like, is this an Iron Kingdom story?
No, but Larry wrote Iron Kingdoms too.
Oh, he did.
He did Storm Knights. He did 2 books that were Storm Knights.
Oh, so
well, they did eventually. They did write it for I can't remember. It was some tabletop like battle game,
like a war game.
Yeah, like a war game. But then I think the company went
war game setting. The company went
that's it. They have their miniatures game is called War Machine.
Something like basically they just filed off all the serial codes, what they say, and they just made it not Russia versus not Germany is basically the setting, in like a fantasy setting.
Oh, yeah, cool,
dude. It's rad. I love it.
Yeah.
What else, man? Honestly, I don't mind. Like after we're done with talking about this book, just talking about books. Like it's a good time. Have you guys listened to the audiobook of Savage Wars? Like any of the audios by Stephen Lang?
I did the first step.
I did.
Yeah,
dude, he's
Stephen
a good
Lang
narrator.
is a great narrator, great actor.
Yeah.
He was Stonewall Jackson in Gods and Generals.
Oh yeah.
But like that's the main thing that like I know him from, because my mom was a big Civil War buff. And so like I listened to Savage Wars, so I felt like I was listening to a Civil War veteran.
I have to say, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I'll say there's a scene in Savage Wars with the Wild Man in a tunnel. I legitimately got goosebumps. Like I was doing dishes and there's just goosebumps like all the way up my arm.
Oh man, those onion ninjas, man. Those onion ninjas will find you.
Yeah. That was crazy. It was such a yeah. Steven does a great job, and so do Nick and Jason at writing. Yeah, guys. Well, that's all I got. It's about 8 o'clock, so I gotta start doing daddy stuff. You guys got anything else you want to throw out there?
No, I'm just stoked for you guys to get to the end. It'll be fun.
Heck yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, I do actually. Do you guys remember when you said you wanted more from the Observe and Report guys, the Task Force Boulder people? Yeah, they're getting a novella sometime in 26. I need to see how the end of this year shakes out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you cut out. I couldn't quite hear what you said. Something about Observe and Report.
Yeah, those same characters are getting that same world is getting a novella with those guys in sometime in 26. I just need to see how this year shakes out.
Heck, is it going to be Rack Press or?
I might sub it to Rack Press. They have the rights to that story, but like if I write something else with the same people, like I should be fine.
Okay.
And if I'll contact them if there's an issue, like I can just wait until March.
Yeah. Sweet, dude. Yeah, I'm like definitely curious to see like what's going on in that world. For sure.
I want to know if he made it back to base to kick the shit out of that one first sausage.
I want to learn more about the shadow tall man that's snorting people to death.
I think like Yuval's like hell is real, the physical place. Like you go there through the hell. I'm like, Fiddler's Green is a real place, and this dead cav officer will come back from the dead to save some troopers.
Yeah, that was cool, dude. That was a great anthology, dude. All the story, I liked all those stories.
Oh, everyone was a banger. It was really impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks. You guys got anything else?
No. That's all from me for this week.
All right. Well, thanks you guys for coming on. Thank you, Yuval, for writing a sweet ass book. Thanks to the chat. RH Snow, you're awesome. Love chatting with you every time you come on, or chatting with you on X. You're a great person. Yeah. See you guys next. We're doing next Tuesday, right? We're gonna do the same.
I think so.
Tyler jumped down.
Tyler's done.
He's out. Okay. Yeah. Next Tuesday it is. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you then.
Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
Take it easy.